Welcome back to Corey's Corner. I'm Corey, this is my corner, and today we're talking all sports. With basketball starting, I thought it would be awesome to have a women's basketball player on. But before we get into that and introducing the guests, I want to congratulate men's soccer on beating Stetson yesterday in the semifinals. They're on to the championship game, which will be Saturday. It's in Nashville, but you can watch it on ESPN Plus if you're interested. But getting into our guest today, she's a Louisville native, transfer from WKU, and just joined the women's basketball team this year, Hope Sivori. Thanks for coming on. It's awesome to have you. I know we emailed a lot, but you have a busy schedule with basketball starting up. What's your schedule like?
So all of my graduate classes are actually online. So I have on Monday and Wednesday nights. And then we just have weights in the morning, and then individuals about 10, 11, and then practice at 3, 4, 5. It varies every day because we have 3 nursing majors and PT. We have just a lot of schedules to work around.
Do they, obviously they want to have all the players there. Are there ever times where they can't get all the players there?
Yeah, so actually on Mondays, we start practice at 4, we end at 6. Well, we have a teammate that gets out of class at 4:15, and then myself and another teammate have class at 6. So she's coming in late and we're leaving a little bit early, but we make it work.
How are the coaches with that?
They're fine. Next semester they made a block from 3 to 6, so we can't have classes from 3 to 6. Just so we can get a solid 2 hours in.
So do you have to schedule classes around that if you're?
Yeah, it's not as hard for us graduate students, but the ones that are still in undergrad, it's a little bit harder, but it's not too bad.
So you transferred. What's that process been like?
It's actually been really easy. I've enjoyed meeting new people and just being back home. Just growing up in Louisville, I feel like it's a small, big city kind of thing. And so just being back around the people that love me the most and know me the most and everything has been a really good feeling.
It's funny, I had last week I had a baseball transfer. He's from a JUCO, and he said the exact same thing, that he was happy to be back with his family. Was that a big thing for you, family?
Oh, for sure. I was homesick after my first year, but I made a promise to myself that I wasn't going to leave unless I graduated. And so that's why I graduated in 3 years. After my sophomore year, I went to my academic advisor, and I was like, what can I do to graduate next year? I'm homesick, and I want to get my MBA. Mm-hmm. And I just thought that, I don't know, it was just
awesome.
Perfect timing, and yeah.
What was the atmosphere down like at WKU though, like playing basketball there?
So being in Bowling Green, everyone is a Western Kentucky fan. Mm-hmm. I thought was really cool. Just being from Louisville, everyone's like a Louisville, Kentucky fan.
Yeah.
You have a couple alumni from Bellarmine that are fans, and most of parents and families and friends, and just everything was Western Kentucky. I mean, license plates, flags hanging outside. It was just, the football fans were incredible. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, it was one of those things where it's really a college town. And yeah.
It's a cool community.
Yeah, right.
They're all cheering for you.
Right.
They want you to do good. Mm-hmm. Were those people sad to see that you were transferring?
I think yes, but I think at the time that I had there, I did well, and I performed as well as I could, and I made the relationships that meant the most. And I still have some from down there, as well as the coaching staff. It was a equal agreement just to go on, and so it's fine. I still talk to them this day, and
that's awesome.
So, yeah.
So with coming to Bellarmine, what was just the opportunity that you got? How did that come about?
So they actually recruited. They were my first scholarship offer from high school, my freshman year. I was 14 years old, and I didn't know what I wanted to do, and they were Division II, and I just had people tell me I was too good to go to Division II, but I really wanted to stay home. Like, I really did. I didn't really want to leave because my family's really close. Mm-hmm. And so I just didn't really want to leave, but then junior year, I started talking to Western and, like, other schools, and I'm like, you know what, I owe it to myself to go out and maybe, just leave Louisville. If I didn't like it, I could always come back home. And so I committed to Western my senior year, kept the relationship with Bellarmine's coaches. They came down to Western and played us. We came here and played them at home, and just always kept that relationship with them because they're great people. And so as soon as I went into the portal last year, she was I wasn't in the portal for 2 minutes, and Chancellor Dugan was calling me. And just the way that they are and just the way they treated me throughout the whole process. And even when I didn't decide to go here the first time, I knew it was home. I knew it's where I was supposed to be. So.
What's the transfer portal like? When you put your name in the transfer portal, was it like phone call after phone call?
Yes, it's a lot of phone calls, a lot of DMs, a lot of follow requests, and but the way that I thought about it was if you're just gonna DM me or email me, then you don't want me that bad.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna call me, I'll answer, I'll take the time. But if you're gonna email me or DM me, I'm not gonna respond. So I had about, including the DMs and everything, I probably had like 80 schools, but only about 20 called me.
Wow, that's.
But it was someone didn't really like if they were, because I knew I wanted to be home. So if they were within 30 minutes, which is what, 3 schools?
Yeah.
I was just like, hey, thanks for the interest, but I'm not interested. I want to go home.
Did it make it easier that Bellarmine is transferring to Division I?
Yes, yeah, for sure. Just because I had played the EYBL circuit in high school, and just the talent that I played while playing at Mercy, I just knew that I was able to play Division I. And yeah.
That's awesome to be confident in yourself
Yes.
like that. With your first game this week, it's on Thursday against San Diego State, so you all have to travel all the way to the West Coast.
Yes, so we leave tomorrow. We leave Bellarmine at 4:45 a.m. to go to the airport. We fly out at 7, and then I think we go to Texas. We have a layover, and then we get to there about noon, which is like 4 here.
Yeah.
And so we play 8 p.m.
Wow, so you all travel
time.
in the same day?
Well, technically, we get a day there, I guess. So we get
Okay.
there Wednesday at noon, and we play Thursday at 8 p.m., which is like midnight here. So
Yeah, that's
going to be tough. But
yeah, that is. I feel like they would, I guess the money's sake, they wouldn't travel earlier. But I feel like you all would travel a little early just to get used to the time over there.
Yeah.
But I was looking at your schedule. You all play UCLA. And you all just stay over there for that?
Right, yeah. So what we're going to do is after we play Thursday, we'll go back to our hotel, stay there, and then we'll wake up. And then we're going to drive Highway 1, which is the Pacific Highway, which is over the water. So that would be really cool. So we're going to drive to LA. And so that'll be cool. And then we're going to spend, I think we have Friday and Saturday in LA, and then we play Sunday. And then we got a red-eye flight home Sunday. So we leave there at midnight, and then we have a layover in Atlanta, and then we get home at 9 a.m.
Oh, wow.
So we are going to be tired.
Yeah, that's a rough.
Yeah. But
that's crazy. That just shows what athletes have to go through.
Exactly.
Like, especially with all these changing of the conferences, it's going to be tough with athletes and managing time because you have to deal with schools too.
Right.
I know you're a graduate student, but like, it's still important. And like, you are technically here for school, but you're here to play a sport too. So managing that will be stressful, but I'm sure you got it.
Right, yeah. This is easy compared to like what I did at Western, because when I said I wanted to graduate early, I was in 24 hours. And so I was just like, while I was playing basketball.
Wow.
So that was probably like the most, so now I'm like, whew, this is cake.
Yeah, this is easy.
Right.
Yeah. But I also looked, your all's first home game isn't until December 6th.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, we had the exhibition game, and that was cool against Spalding, so we kind of got our jitters out.
Yeah.
So we got to play at Freedom Hall, got to play in the environment, see how it was going to be. But I guess it's because they have the tractor, right, the Freedom Hall. It's hard to share Freedom Hall, but we get to come home and play Louisville at Louisville. So that's kind of a break. And then we don't go too far. We go to Murray State, and then Wofford. And, I mean, it's a little further, but at least we're not going to, I don't know, Michigan, like places that are further. But just being able to come play Louisville at Louisville, I think will be
it'll be close enough to be able to call it a home game. But so the season opener or the home opener will be December 6th, and that's at Freedom Hall. And who do you all play?
I don't know. I know, but I can't think of it. I don't know.
I was looking at it. I can't even remember. It was
we play so many. It could be like Purdue Fort Wayne or some.
I think it was Purdue Fort Wayne.
I would say it could be somebody. But
I think it was Purdue Fort Wayne. But
there's a lot of games in between there, and I'm like not thinking about it.
Yeah. So do you try and just focus on the game?
Yeah. So last night, San Jose State played Santa Clara, and so they didn't play till 10. So I watched that while I was going to sleep. Once it got to 11, I was like, all right, I'm going to bed. But yeah, I normally try to focus on the opponent. I saw that UCLA beat Purdue by 40 and shot 55% in the field, so that's very great. Hopefully they'll have an off night. But yeah, I just try to focus one opponent at a time.
I wasn't going to bring this up, but since LSU, they have all these superstars. Haley Van Lith transferred there, and they ended up losing their first game. What are your thoughts on that?
The grass isn't always greener. That's one thing. Just being from Louisville, I'm a Louisville women's sports fan. Their volleyball. I have friends on the volleyball team, and I've always been a Louisville women's basketball fan just because I always went to his camps. And he actually reached out to me when I was in the portal too and offered me a scholarship and everything to go there. So I'm a fan of Louisville women's sports, not technically the men's because go Cats. But I don't know. I think that they're going to struggle just because they have like 4 really good players, and so it's not enough ball.
There, yeah.
Right, so it's only one ball, and I want to get mine, I think is the kind of way that they think. So I knew they would struggle, but I think they'll probably figure it out because they really are talented, and I think Mulkey is a very good coach, and so I don't know.
Yeah, it'll
we'll
take time.
See, though.
We'll
right,
see.
right. I would love to see Iowa win it all, though.
Yeah, with Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. I'm a Caitlin Clark fan. I like the way she plays. I like the swagger she has.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I'm a fan of Iowa.
Yeah, but it's sad that Bellarmine can't make it into the tournament this year.
I know. One more year.
Though,
yes.
So.
Yep. So, but we did find out we can actually make it into the WNIT because it's not an NCAA tournament. The WNIT is its own tournament.
So that's like for men, that would be the NIT.
But the NIT is ran by the NCAA, so they can't. So the WNIT is its own tournament, but I understand it as the NIT is affiliated with NCAA, so they won't be able to go.
Even though they kind of have the same name. Just
right.
Wow.
That's the way that I understand it at least. So.
Okay, so you all do have something to try and get to by the end of the season, yeah. Because
last
year I'm like, so all they're playing for is to get to the conference tournament championship. That's how it is with men's soccer. So they play Lipscomb. Lipscomb's already into the NCAA tournament. Lipscomb might not even play their all-stars because they don't even need this game. It doesn't really matter to them.
Right.
So,
that stinks.
So it stinks with that, but you all can make it. That's awesome. How is joining the team? How have you all learned each other, got to play with each other? How's that been?
It's been good. The girls are amazing. They really are. They were just so welcoming, and I like their style of play. They're not selfish. We're almost too unselfish. Like we'll have turnovers when you should have shot the ball, just because we're trying to share and pass the ball and learn how each other play. But we'll be really good, I think, once we really learn how to play with each other. And it's hard because you play against each other for 6 months.
Yeah.
You know, like all summer, and so when you finally play against somebody else, it's different, but it's more fun and it's easier.
Yeah, you're looking at someone, you're passing the ball, you're like, yeah, I was going against you last week in practice.
Right,
yeah, it is weird to do that.
But the competition during practice has been really well. We're all fighting for a position, and so I think that'll carry over into games. And, yeah.
So, looking way ahead, what is your plans with next year? You have one more year of eligibility after this year?
Right, yeah. So the MBA program here is 2 years, so I might as well just use it. So I plan on staying for my 5th year.
Awesome, sweet. That's good to hear. So I'm going to wrap it up now. Thank you all for watching. If you all want to watch the women's basketball team, you all will be on ESPN Plus, right?
Yes, definitely for UCLA. I think we'll be on there for San Jose as well, I think.
Okay. And that, what time was the?
8 p.m. there, so I think that's 12 here. It's midnight, so. Yeah,
so it'll be a late game. If you all want to watch that, you all can watch that on ESPN Plus. Bellarmine versus San Jose State this Thursday. So stay tuned. Thank you all for watching. Glad you all could watch.